Good evening, everyone, and this is a championship edition of the Coach's Corner here on Beaver County Radio, 1230 WBVP, 1460 WMBA, and the new 99.3 FM presented by St. Barnabas. Two teams winning WPIL championships. I'm Bob Barrickman. I wasn't one of the coaches, but this young man to my right was. 3 years in a row, Mark Lyons has led Central Valley to the WPIL title. Now they're out to set for defense of their state championship that they won last year. Mike Warfield of Aliquippa will be joining us momentarily. Before we get to Coach Lyons and the great achievement that Central Valley and Aliquippa had, let's congratulate, first of all, Beaver Falls for getting to Heinz Field. Tremendous year for Nick Nardone and the Tigers. Lots of turnovers, and it's tough to win when you have 9 turnovers, and I know that they would love to get that out of their system and have another opportunity. Unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. We also want to congratulate Ryan Lynn and the Moon Tigers for getting to Heinz Field. Tremendous game. Very heartbreaking loss for Moon, but what a season. Moon just losing the one game, and that was Saturday night at Heinz Field against Penn Trafford. And Our Lady of the Sacred Heart, Dan Bradley and the Chargers getting to Heinz Field. So that's 5 teams from Beaver County and Western Allegheny County who got to Heinz. But Mark Lyons of Central Valley is still active, and he brought some of his players who we're going to be talking to tonight. Mark, 3 in a row, the hat trick, the trifecta. Boy, I'll tell you, you guys make it look so easy, but it's not easy. But you're to be commended, though. Another solid performance, 52-15 over North Catholic, 25 wins in a row. Mark, this program is just caught the attention of everybody. Congratulations.
Well, thanks, Bob. And, we've been very fortunate to have some great players come through this program. And, this group of guys this year, led by our seniors and captains, they've been focused. They've been a determined group since, we handed in our equipment last year, and they were ready to go. So, we're just living in the moment day by day and practicing each day and see where we end up.
Well, I'll tell you, we had to pick our CCBC players of the game, and they were not easy. But Javen Thompson, 4 interceptions, a couple touchdown catches, just a junior. You're always going to get a great performance out of Sean Fitzsimmons and Landon Alexander and guys of that ilk. Matt Merritt still coming back from the ankle injury, but he had a solid performance. And Antoine Johnson. I mean, we could go on and on and on. But Javen Thompson, boy, that's a season's worth of highlight for many players. For him, it was a half of football.
Yeah, it was. I mean, there's a young man, and we have many guys in our program that understand that each and every game has its own little game within it. The story's untold. You don't know how the game's going to unfold. You don't know whose number's going to be called. All we try to do each and every week throughout the week of practice is prepare our guys. I've said this time and time again for years. We feel that when we put guys out there, whether you're a senior down to a sophomore, if you've earned the right to get on the field Friday night, that means you've earned the right of the respect of the coaches. And if you have that opportunity and we need to call your number, we have no problem calling anybody's number on that field.
Well, I'll tell you, any number that you called has been successful, and it's gone on now for 3 years. The last 3 years, you just had the one loss in the state final, and then you amended for that one for winning the state championship last year. North Catholic, I mean, Coach, you haven't really had a close game other than Aliquippa. Maybe Blackhawk, the first time you played Blackhawk, they kind of hung around for a while. But, I mean, you look at Avonworth, you dominated them. North Catholic was an undefeated team, and you dominated them. tell us, is it as easy as it seems to be, or is your team, your program that strong, or the teams you're beating may not be as strong as maybe some teams that you might be seeing in the coming weeks?
First, Bob, let me tell you, it is not that easy. I mean, it takes a lot of effort from a lot of people. First of all, our coaching staff that comes in every week, puts a great game plan together. They find advantages for our players. And, right now, our guys understand, and it's tough to get 14, 15, 16-year-olds to understand the importance of working every day, coming in every day. I mean, and that's what's neat about this sport, because, I'm confident in any guy that plays in our program, they're going to understand that to be successful in the world, you got to get up every morning and go to work. These guys get up every morning, go to school, and they come to work and practice. They understand that. And to me, I think that's what is really important. We've established that expectation. We never talk about wins. We don't put numbers on any season, how many we need. Again, we want to win the day. We want to win practice. We want to be our best every day at practice.
Mark Lyons from Central Valley joining us. Coach, North Catholic, an early scare. They returned a kickoff, 90-some yards for a touchdown. Liam Straub, they tied the game 7-all. What was there a breakdown there? Let's go back to that play. And at least for a moment, it seemed like, hey, maybe we'll have a football game today.
Well, that kickoff return was actually the result of their first kickoff return that didn't go anywhere. They came out and did a little trick play, the first kickoff return, and I thought our guys were just ignorant to the fact they just hustled down there, made the play. They did that huddle where 4 or 5 guys huddle, and then somebody comes out with the ball. Well, after our kickoff team saw that, I thought they got a little complacent, and what I mean by that is as they were running down, they were thinking, is this another reverse? Is this another trick play? I don't think we were on our toes. I don't think we were flying down there with that much of aggression, and they caught us on our heels a little bit. So that actually return that they had for 96 yards was actually a result from the first one that we did a good job in. It kind of put that in our head the way they set it up. But that's something, hats off to North Catholic. They worked hard, and every time we kicked it off, it was a challenge for our guys. But that was a great learning experience. Today we spent 10 minutes on making sure we were back to ourselves on covering kicks and just sprinting down the field and getting down there and tracking the football. And don't get roaming eyes. When you start looking around, you start to lose your aggressiveness. So we learned from it and we overcame it. 52-15. Now, the average observer would say, okay, you brought your A game. Did you? I think there's some people maybe they've gotten spoiled and they probably thought, you know what, I think Central Valley left something out on the table. Would you say that you brought your A game or anything close to it? We're always driven. We're always striving every day to bring our A game. I'm not so sure you can play a perfect game. You can chase perfection. You'll probably never obtain it. But I always say this, if you're chasing perfection, you're doing the little things. You're focused, you want to get better. We always regroup, look at the film and say we can be better in other areas. That's just natural in any sport. And I think the good teams in any sport don't rest on what they've accomplished. They find the things they need to work on. They go back in Saturday morning and through the week and fix those. We spend more time probably than most teams fixing us, making sure we film our practice still at this late in the season. We're still trying to correct things that we're not doing well, or how we fit into a run scheme, or how we're covering a certain pass set. But we try to balance out with scouting the team, but yet we're always self-reflecting on our performance.
Well, they have a game coming up next week, and of course, or this Friday. Geez, I'm not going to get ahead of myself. That could come if they win this Friday night. Another trip to Hershey. It would be their third in a row. but obviously they have a very tough battle. We're going to talk about the opponent, Martinsburg Central, a team that has showed up in the state playoffs before against county teams and have represented themselves well. We're going to be talking to Coach Lyons there. We're also going to be talking to the Aliquippa brass. I just saw Dan Peep Short. I saw a few of their players enter the building, and we're going to be visiting with them shortly. We're going to take our first time out. We got pizza, everybody. I hope everybody heard that. Pizza from Pizza Joe's on 3rd Street in Beaver. We want to get these players filled up and ready for Friday night. Of course, we have Central Valley taking on Central, 6:30 airtime. Aliquippa against Jersey Shore. Excuse me. Another team that's 14-0. And we're going to be talking to the Quip brass about their tough assignment in Jersey Shore. We're going to take this time out. We'll be back with Coach Lyons, Aliquippa players, Central Valley players. Want to thank our producers tonight, Curtis Walsh and Malik Garrett. We'll take this break on Beaver County Radio and Facebook Live.
Community College of Beaver County is more than a place to build a career, it's a place to belong. With extra financial grants and less fees, programs that get you to graduation or on the job fast, flexible courses that come straight to you, and full support along the way, CCBC offers real learning for real life. Don't just attend college, experience it. Visit ccbc.edu to browse classes and get started, or call 724-480-3504 to connect with CCBC. You belong here. Did you know that the Grand Valley Inn was voted #1 best overall restaurant in the Best of the Valley Reader's Choice Awards 4 years in a row? Grand Valley Inn also has a fun family trivia night Thursday evenings at 6:30 p.m. Call 724-843-9000 and reserve a spot for your team and win some great prizes. Again, that's 724-843-9000. Grand Valley Inn, good food, good friends, and good entertainment.
Are you in high school and thinking about your future, or know someone who is? Consider Geneva College. Geneva is a Christian college that prepares students for meaningful service and their life's work. Geneva has over 145 majors and programs, 18 varsity sports, 100 study abroad programs, and lots of club activities. And Beaver County scholarships help to make a Geneva education affordable. Learn more by visiting geneva.edu. That's geneva.edu.
They say imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. If that's true, then people must really be impressed with me. This is the Aquaman of Beaver County, Jim Riggio from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. You see, at this time of year, lots of people try to look just like me and put on their superhero outfits as costumes. The only difference is, at the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, we act like superheroes all year round with service that would make any Cape Crusader proud. This is the Aquaman from Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Jim Riggio, wishing you a festive and safe Halloween. Click bfwater.net.
Ambridge Italian Villa, a family tradition with the taste sensation.
The 3 most important things to consider if you are planning a holiday get-together this year are food, food, and food. Great food makes the gathering memorable, and whether you are hosting the family dinner or have a giant corporate function to prepare for, get it vilified with catering from Ambridge Italian Villa. Spend your time under the mistletoe or in front of the fireplace with loved ones this year instead of in the kitchen. Vilifying your dinner party of any size with catering or pick up food from Ambridge Italian Villa is safer and better than going out to eat, and way more fun. Vilify your company party, group dinner, church celebration, or any event with catering from the Villa. Ambridge Italian Villa. Click AmbridgeItalianVilla.com or visit Ambridge Italian Villa on Duss Avenue in Ambridge.
Ambridge Italian Villa, a family tradition with the taste sensation.
When you're looking for the Valley's best eye care, look to Gazzetti Optometric Services, 212 State Avenue in Beaver. Dr. John Gazzetti has over 40 years of patient care experience, including exams, contact lens fittings, cataract, glaucoma and dry eye management, laser vision correction, and sports and sun eyewear. For your best vision, make the best decision. Call Gazzetti Optometric Services at 724-774-7559.
They say imitation is the most sincere form of flattery. If that's true, then people must really be impressed with me. This is the Aquaman of Beaver County, Jim Riggio from the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority. You see, at this time of year, lots of people try to look just like me and put on their superhero outfits as costumes. The only difference is, at the Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, we act like superheroes all year round with service that would make any Cape Crusader proud. This is the Aquaman from Beaver Falls Municipal Authority, Jim Riggio, wishing you a festive and safe Halloween. Click bfwater.net.
If you're looking to rid yourself of that unsightly, unwanted junk vehicle sitting on your property, call the experts at Plasmire Towing. They'll pay you in cash and will often pick up that vehicle the same day. Plasmire Towing, a full-service towing company in Elwood City, offers safe and reliable towing services for your vehicle in the local area, plus a selection of salvage vehicles for your car part needs. Plasmire Towing will pay you in cash for your junk, wreck, or unwanted vehicle no matter the condition. Call 724-561-3300. Good luck to the Riverside Panthers on a great season.
Returning to the coaches' corner, we're flanked by a lot of champions right now. The Central Valley Warriors, Mark Lyons, the head coach, brought all his captains with him. I hope they got enough pizza from Pizza Joe's. And Coach, first of all, before we begin our next segment, why don't you introduce the players? I know some of these guys were our CCBC players of the game, but they all would have deserved one sooner or later. But Coach, why don't you do the intros?
Great, Bob. To my right, number 6, Matt Merritt, outside linebacker, quarterback. Behind me, number 23, Landon Alexander, running back, defensive back. Behind your shoulder there, number 80, Jack Bible, tight end linebacker. To your left, Sean Fitzsimmons, number 50, offense and defensive line. And beside Sean is Bryce Wilson, all right, number 4, strong safety and wide receiver. These are our 5 captains.
Well, I better ask some softball questions. I don't want Fitzsimmons hurting me during this show. But Sean Fitzsimmons, the Pitt recruit, Landon Alexander, one of the leading rushers in the WPIAL, Matt Merritt, I'll tell you, at linebacker, quarterback, Bryce Wilson, Jack Bible, big key guy, the tight end type of guy. Coach, I know you're going to be relying on these guys and a few more on Friday night. You had a chance to scout Martinsburg Central because they played Friday night. You played Saturday afternoon. I know the weather wasn't exactly indicative of what you would like to have seen, but tell us about this football team. They seem to have things pretty much their own way against Grove City.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, they get a lot of credit deservingly for their passing game. But I don't think a lot of people realize that they got great balance with the running game. So, you know, we're going to have our hands full making sure that we don't play that in-between downs where, you know, they have an opportunity to throw it or pass it on an intermediate down. You know, they have a lot of athletes all over the field. You know, I think they got 3 guys that probably have had 38, 40, 45 catches apiece. They got a tailback has rushed for over 1,000 yards, and I'm sure everybody's heard across the state, you know, their quarterback set the state passing touchdown record this year with 50-some odd touchdowns. He's thrown so many I've kind of lost count. I've seen enough of them on film, Bob. So, you know, we're going to probably need our best defensive effort collectively, not only from our run game defensively, but also our pass defense.
Wow. So they're putting up some gaudy numbers in their passing game. Have you seen a team that mirrors this team at all this season, Coach?
No, I think it's a blend. You know, I think it's a blend between a few teams. You know, again, they run the ball efficiently. They do such a great job when you're back on your heels thinking you're going to play the pass. They catch you in that situation. You know, they throw it well enough that it was reminded me a little bit of what we saw Saturday, spreading the field with North Catholic. Obviously, their quarterback doesn't miss the target too much. He puts it on the correct shoulder, what he needs to. And then they run it well enough to where that if you're not designed to maybe stop the run and try to put another guy out of the box into the secondary, they're going to sting you with that. So, again, as I said, you know, the key to us, obviously, is I told our defensive coaching staff, I said, you can get them to punt three times. I think that's a good number for us to start at. And then, obviously, us finishing drives from an offensive, we can't come away with empty drives.
All right, let's bring in some of the players. We'll start on the far right with Matt Merritt. Matt, you missed a lot of time this year, at least offensively, with an ankle sprain. How is the ankle feeling now? I know you've been still playing great defense all season long, but and you and Antoine Johnson seem. How's that working out? It seems like you guys have a chemistry that no matter which one is in, the results are going to show.
Yeah, it really hurt. Getting out early in that Aliquippa game with my ankle, because that's a game everybody looks forward to, and it was really just a mental thing for me, but I got past it now. I'm all healed up, fighting some shoulder battles, but as you said, it's very unique what we did with Antoine, in the passing game, because as soon as I hurt my shoulder, I just didn't have that throwing motion back. So he's stepped up big time for us and really just balanced out our offense, and he's been pretty spot on with his throws, and just hopefully we could have that same mentality come Friday.
Well, I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot of both of you guys. And when you're running the ball like you did a couple weeks ago, it takes a little bit of the pressure. They can't key on Landon Alexander quite as much. And then when you need a change of complexion, Antoine will come in, and that rope that he threw to Javen Thompson, did that seem to energize you guys? Because it seemed like maybe you were, I'm not saying lollygagging, but it seemed like that gave you the spark, and you took off from there.
Definitely, we got up 7-0. That kickoff return, it had some heads turn. Definitely woke some people up. And then, I just think when they connected on that long pass, it just really, gave us that spark again. And we just kept going at it, took that energy, every drive, every down, and you saw the result. And that's what we aim for every game, is to get a result like that. Get in and get out, and play the best that everybody knows that we could play. So definitely, that set a big spark to that game.
Let's bring it over to Landon Alexander. Landon, you had another tremendous game, couple 100 yards, and this is the offense. You're the key to the offense, and you've really risen to the opportunity all season long. I know that. How's the recruiting going? Are more people noticing you since you were at Heinz Field? How is that coming along? Because I know you have a lot more talent than maybe some of the recruiters give you credit for.
Yeah, I believe so. I feel like ever since Heinz Field, championship game, there's automatically going to be a lot of eyes watching. Obviously, there's less teams playing. So more colleges can focus on certain players, especially having them grouped up at one particular field setting, which was Heinz Field. And just after a game like that, where you got two very good teams, and the word is from the media it's going to be a very competitive game, something you look forward to. So that's going to bring eyes as well. But as far as the recruitment's been going, it's been going okay. I feel like it's just an odd year in terms of COVID and stuff like that. But I've been trying to keep my head up and just ball and focus on team success, honestly.
Did the early part of the game, or was there ever a time in the game where it seemed like you guys were the least bit concerned? Was that kickoff return by North Catholic a wake-up call for you?
It was definitely a wake-up call. I mean, we were coming into this game, not that we needed one, but we were coming into this game already just ready to play and trying to get after it real fast. And that's just something that was just like, okay, like strap down. It's time to really buckle up for sure.
Let's send it to Jack Bible. Jack, just looking at you guys, do you ever, I know that you're all in this together, But do you sometimes wish there were 2 or 3 footballs going on at the same time? Because you want your catches. Thompson wants his. Merritt wants some play. And Landon, of course, he wants to be a ball hog. How do you guys balance all this out and gel as a team?
Well, Coach Mark's play call, and he obviously informs us that we want to spread the ball, so all of us can have our opportunity. But I take pride in helping Landon, blocking for Landon, and that's all I care about, team success.
Jack, no, go ahead.
I was saying, my man, I appreciate that.
Jack, you've had some big catches this year. Another one at Heinz Field, and this has been kind of a coming out party for you, would you say, this season?
Yeah, for sure. Not many people paid attention to me throughout the year. I just put in the hard work through the offseason to make sure I give it my all this year and give it all to my team, do whatever I can to help us to win.
Let's send it over to Bryce Wilson. Bryce, we're gonna have you give the scouting report. Now, you've had 3. I don't want to say easy wins because Coach says it's never easy, but looking at the scoreboard, you haven't been pushed in the playoffs. Have you had a chance to study your upcoming opponent, Central, at all? I guess by film you've been able to see them a little bit. Tell us about this team.
Yeah, we've been able to watch some film. I mean, the quarterback, like Coach Mark said, he'll sling it in there when he needs to. Same with the running back. He makes big plays, and he'll line up at the slot receiver and want to get in the middle of the field. Overall, they're not – I think they're a pretty good team, so we're going to battle Friday.
Okay, so you kind of welcome being pushed a little bit that makes you guys play a little bit better, and because you've had 3 games where you've kind of dominated teams.
Yeah, it's nice, with a nice team coming in, I feel like we come out with more energy and more motivation and play hard.
Let's bring it over to the pit recruit, Sean Fitzsimmons. Sean, first of all, being out on Heinz Field on Saturday, I'm sure things were going through your mind that, hey, this is where I'm going to be making my home for the next 4 years. And by golly, Pitt's having a great year. They're playing in the ACC championship game. They might go to a major bowl. You got to be excited that you'll be having a chance to be a part of this program in the years ahead.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm excited to be a part of that. They're having a great season and just excited to go there.
Sean, I know you still have unfinished business, though, because, obviously, when you take foot on the field, what gives you that drive? I mean, is it just your athletic ability, or would you say your desire? Because it seems like you live in the opposing team's backfield.
Both, it's my ability. I have that God gifted me with that ability, but also, I have the desire. I love playing the game of football, so I give it my all every play, and that's what I do.
No chance. Well, I guess there wouldn't be any chance of a letdown because you beat an undefeated team, and now you have another one in the making. Your assessment of this team, offensively, it seems like it's going to be a pretty big challenge.
Yeah, they got some good players. It's a pretty good team, but I think we're having a good week of practice, and I think we'll be prepared for them Friday.
All right, that sounds like confidence to me. We're going to take a break. We're going to visit with some of the Aliquippa players, their big win over Bell Vernon on Saturday. We'll take this break. Make sure you get the pizza eaten up from Pizza Joe's. We're going to be talking to some Aliquippa players. Maybe Coach Pete Short will join us as well. We'll take this time out on Beaver County Radio and Facebook Live.
When you want your car to function, call Junction. That's what more and more people in Beaver County are doing every day. Junction Auto Service is a full-service repair business, and there's no better time to have your car checked than now before the really cold weather arrives. Heating and cooling systems, batteries, fluids, tires, and everything it takes to keep your vehicle running. Steve and his winning team will take care of it. Call for an appointment today or visit them at 425 Constitution Boulevard in Falston.
Did you know that Aliquippa won its first state championship over 70 years ago? Hi, this is E-Man from Huffman's Drugstore. It was 1949, and the Quips defeated York for the state Class A basketball championship at at the Philadelphia Convention Center. At that point in time, Hoffman's Drugstore was already a fixture in town, having opened nearly 3 decades earlier. Our tenacity and drive has enabled us to win over customers for 100 years now. Visit Hoffman's Drugstore on Franklin Avenue, 724-375-4111.
Community College of Beaver County is more than a place to build a career, it's a place to belong. With extra financial grants and less fees, programs that get you to graduation or on the job fast, flexible courses that come straight to you, and full support along the way, CCBC offers real learning for real life. Don't just attend college, experience it. Visit ccbc.edu to browse classes and get started, or call 724-480-3504 to connect with CCBC. You belong here.
Are you in high school and thinking about your future, or know someone who is? Consider Geneva College. Geneva is a Christian college that prepares students for meaningful service and their life's work. Geneva has over 145 majors and programs, 18 varsity sports, 100 study abroad programs, and lots of club activities. And Beaver County scholarships help to make a Geneva education affordable. Learn more by visiting geneva.edu. That's geneva.edu.
If you're looking to rid yourself of that unsightly, unwanted junk vehicle sitting on your property, call the experts at Plasmire Towing. They'll pay you in cash and will often pick up that vehicle the same day. Plasmire Towing, a full-service towing company in Elwood City, offers safe and reliable towing services for your vehicle in the local area, plus a selection of salvage vehicles for your car part needs. Plasmire Towing will pay you in cash for your junk, wrecked, or unwanted vehicle no matter the condition. Call 724-561-3300. Good luck to the Riverside Panthers on a great season.
And we're back. Now we're joined by Red and Black, the Aliquippa Quips, 18th WPIAL championship. And these guys have had a lot to do with that latest title. And we're going to talk to them now, their impressive victory over Bell Vernon. And I guess we'll start it off with the guy to my left, DJ Walker. He was our CCBC player of the game for Aliquippa. It was really hard to single anybody out. But DJ, would you say that you saved the best for last as far as the WPIL? Was this like a career game for you? You were doing everything on Saturday against the Leopards.
Yeah, I say this is one of my best games by far through my whole career.
Okay, let's talk about the game. I mean, does Heinz Field, just being out on Heinz Field, give you that extra energy, knowing that you're playing where the Steelers and the Pitt Panthers play?
Yeah, I feel like it gave like a lot of energy, especially seeing teams before us play and win, and we wanted to do that, so I feel like it gave a lot.
Okay, let's move it over. Okay, who's our next player over here? Brandon, okay. Brandon, I know there are a lot of Banks from Aliquippa, but Brandon, you had a solid game. Did it kind of like, did you guys, I said this on the broadcast, did you guys have sort of a chip on your shoulder? Were you thinking that maybe Bell Vernon was getting too much credit with Devin Whitlock and Quentin Martin, or did you feel that maybe you were clearly the underdog going into this game Saturday?
Yeah, I thought we was the underdog. People were saying Bell Vernon was going to beat us by 35, and with Martin being a 4-star, I think we was the underdog definitely.
Were you surprised? I don't want to say it was an easy win, but you certainly controlled the game. What was the key defensively? It seemed like Devin Whitlock never really got started. Quentin Martin had a couple good catches, but what was the key? How were you able to game plan to contain Whitlock like you did, like nobody else has done this year?
Our DNs played a great game. Chingy, they played a great game containing the quarterback.
All right, let's bring it over. Who do we have next?
I got this.
Sayer?
No, this is Dorius.
Okay, Dorian. Okay, Dorius Moreland. Okay, Dorius. What do you talk about? I mean, the offense was solid. I mean, we saw John Tracy and Tyquay Hayes and Quentin Good leading this offense. But the defense, though, really got my attention. I'm sure most people who are watching. What did you try to do to maybe try to get Whitlock out of his comfort zone?
For real, they say keep him in the pocket and the DBs to do the rest of the job. That was all. Our offense came up and showed, so all we had to do was keep him in the pocket.
Okay, now 28-13. Did you think it was going to be closer than that?
Well, we did think it was going to be way closer, but then offense and defense did our job, so it got out of hand.
All right. Wait. Sire Clark. Sire, you always do something to give us a treat, and you had another long run on Saturday. You're the senior, and you were playing like you didn't want it to be your last game. Tell us about the experience playing at Hines and beating a previously undefeated team.
I mean, this is my first time actually playing on Hines Field.
Oh, really? Okay. Yeah, I guess that. Well, you didn't play 2 years ago when you played Central Valley?
I didn't get in.
Oh, okay. Wow, they must have been loaded that year. But Sire, go ahead. Offensively, you seem to you played better than Bell Vernon, and that was what everybody was worried about, Whitlock and Martin. But your offense, though, they really showed up. Would you agree?
Yeah, if you ask me, our offense and defense got more weapons than Bell Vernon. All you heard was just Whitlock and Quentin Martin. But if you come out of football, all you're going to hear is a whole lot of names off the list.
What about this Saturday's game? You play Jersey Shore, a team that lost by a touchdown last year to Thomas Jefferson, who you came up just short last year. Have you had a chance to look at this team at all on film?
Yeah, we've been watching them on film since Sunday.
How do they look?
I mean, they look good. We just got to come and play.
Okay. Who's this now? Okay, John, I love the way that Coach Warfield utilizes you and Tyke, I guess you call him Tyke Hayes. He gets his touches, then you come in, and it seems like you don't lose anything. You seem to have tell us about the chemistry. You guys seem like you kind of feed off each other.
I don't really know. I come in focused. That's all I can say.
Focused? Okay. Well, you're only a sophomore. I mean, you're going to be. Or do you see yourself being in the same backfield with Tyke more as your career continues, or do you see a lot of this? You come in for a while, then he comes in for a while.
I don't really know.
Okay. I guess Coach Warfield has to make that decision. Tell us about your viewpoint on Jersey Shore. That's a team you have to beat to get the Chocolate Town.
They look nice on film.
What do they do well that concerns you?
They pound the ball down the middle a lot.
Okay. Well, with the line that you have, though, you have to feel at least confident that they can contain their ground game. Guys, we want to thank you. Congratulations on your great win against Bell Vernon, and you got a big one Friday night. It's a long trip for you, but good luck to you, and congratulations on your championship, guys.
Thank you so much.
All right, we're going to take this time out. We're going to try to run down Pete Short, one of the great defensive minds in the WPIAL, and a former Quip and a former Pitt Panther. We'll be back after this final break on Beaver County Radio and Facebook Live.
When you're looking for the Valley's best eye care, look to Gazzetti Optometric Services, 212 State Avenue in Beaver. Dr. John Gazzetti has over 40 years of patient care experience, including exams, contact lens fittings, glaucoma, and dry management, laser vision correction, and sports and sun eyewear. For your best vision, make the best decision. Call Gazzetti Optometric Services at 724-774-75 559.
McGee Heating and Air Conditioning in Aliquippa has been in business for nearly 60 years. Now that's experience you can count on. When you call McGee Heating and Air Conditioning at 724-375-7112, they'll answer your call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Sue Curlin and her winning team service most brands, and McGee Heating and Air Conditioning is locally owned and operated. As always, they wish their best to our local teams. McGee Heating and Air Conditioning, Main Street, Aliquippa.
Ambridge Italian Villa, a family tradition with the taste sensation.
The three most important things to consider if you are planning a holiday get-together this year are food, food, and food. Great food makes the gathering memorable, and whether you are hosting the family dinner or have a giant corporate function to prepare for, get it vilified with catering from Ambridge Italian Villa. Spend your time under the mistletoe or in front of the fireplace with loved ones this year instead of in the kitchen. Vilifying your dinner party of any size with catering or pick up food from Ambridge Italian Villa is safer and better than going out to eat, and way more fun. Vilify your company party, group dinner, church celebration, or any event with catering from the Villa. Ambridge Italian Villa. Click AmbridgeItalianVilla.com or visit Ambridge Italian Villa on Duss Avenue in Ambridge.
Ambridge Italian Villa, a family tradition with the taste sensation.
And our final segment of the Coach's Corner here on Beaver County Radio. Bob Barrickman, joined by Dan Peep Short of the Aliquippa Quips, the defensive coordinator, longtime defensive coordinator. Coach, first of all, I don't know if it's been a mystery. How did you get the name Peep?
Oh, that was from my uncle. my Uncle Lad. When I was a kid, I was a little bit nosy, and every time they put the kids to sleep, with my father and uncle would be in the kitchen, you know, having a couple beers. My uncle would always say, "There go that boy peeping around the corner again, Dan." And my uncle gave me the nickname Peep because I was a little kid.
And most people do call you Pete then.
Yeah, yeah. People that know, and the people that don't know, I don't try to correct them.
Pete, before we talk about the game last Saturday, you have to be very happy about your alma mater, the Pitt Panthers. They have 10 victories this year. First time they've had that many victories since you played for the team in the early 80s. And so that's got to bring back good memories for you, and watching this team play right now. It's got, because there were some lean years there, but you got to feel good about winning on the field Saturday, in which the Pitt Panthers call home.
Exactly. I follow Pitt very closely. Of course, we've sent a lot of players to the University of Pittsburgh since I've been there, and even prior to me being there. So real happy about Coach Narduzzi's success, and hope they continue on.
Pete, I'll tell you, when you played with Jimbo Covert, one of your teammates. Of course, Dan Marino, Hall of Famer, but Jimbo Covert, the local guy from Freedom. I know you supported him when back in the summer when he went into the Hall, and that has to make you feel pretty good that one of your own just got inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
Seems like yesterday. Big Jimbo, a long time coming, and very happy for him. I didn't get a chance to speak with him. He had so many people lined up trying to talk to him at that event, so I didn't get a chance to speak to him, but very happy for Jimbo.
Okay, let's talk about this game, the game this past Saturday. Pete, the game plan you put together, I know you're going to say, hey, it was the horses up front that got it done. You were able to do the Bell Vernon what nobody else has been able to do, and that is contain Devin Whitlock in that potent ground game. What were the secrets? Did you have anything in mind going in? And if you did, it had to play to near perfection.
Well, a lot of sleepless nights, that's for sure, because watching that kid on tape, he's a really, really good football player, and he has some athletic ability that a lot of quarterbacks don't have. We just try to keep him in the pocket, keep our defense ends parallel to his depth, not letting him leaving him too many escape routes. And then when we had a chance to hit him, we was going to make sure we gang tackle him, because that's what you have to do.
One of your strengths, if not your biggest strength, is the play up front. And it seemed like maybe you were not the perfect match for Bell Vernon's sake, that you were able to control that ground game because you had speed and you had the beef on the line. And Whitlock, I mean, he might have had one or two decent runs, but this guy's like a highlight reel, and you did an exceptional job on him. I mean, you really got and you got a lot of young players, Coach, on that line. You really had to been overly proud of that performance on that field Saturday.
Yes, sir. Speaking of the line, they're big and they're pretty rangy, but you don't want to let Whitlock stretch you so much where the defense line got to chase him, because now that's a mismatch. That becomes a mismatch. You want to be able to keep him in the pocket relatively where when the defensive linemen are pursuing, they don't have to run too far. And then we also had a little what we call the spy game. We had Cam doing a little spy game on him, so that wherever he moved to, left or right, Cam would mirror him, and then when he commits, Cam commits. So that was part of the strategy.
Let's talk a little bit about Jersey Shore, your opponent on Friday. They went to the state championship game last year. Now they were moved to the West region, and you have to play them Friday night in the West final in Ebensburg. That's a good couple hour or so drive. Mm-hmm. Were you surprised? Did you have an inkling that you were going to have to make a serious travel after your win over Bell Vernon?
Be honest with you, I don't look past the game that I have to play. Once the game was over, then we start thinking about our next opponent. But I don't know where Jersey Shore was at. Be quite honest with you, I never heard of the football team, but I did realize that they, after researching, that they did play in the championship last year. But you got to realize this is a championship tournament. Everybody that comes in this tournament today or on Friday night is a champion. No matter if it's a 5A, 3A,
right.
4A, they're champions. So you have to give them, no matter where they come from, all the credit in the world of getting to this stage of the game.
How do you keep the players grounded? They beat Bell Vernon, a named program, Whitlock, Martin. This program was #1 ranked all season long. How do you guard against having a letdown, even though you're playing a team that's undefeated? How do you get that point across to the kids?
It's hard getting it across to kids. If you had a veteran team, it'd be a little bit more easier, but it's hard to get it across to a team that are primarily sophomores, first-year juniors that's playing for you. I mean, it's difficult. So, I mean, I think we got about 4, maybe 5 sophomores that start on defense or that play a lot on defense. So we expect some sort of situation where the kids might be thinking ahead or something like that. But Coach Warfield has a unique way of bringing us back down to earth, everybody back down to earth.
Coach, you've been around as we wind down this week's edition. 18 WPIL titles. You played for Don Yanessa. And then there's Carl Ashman, the stadium's named in his honor, Frank Morocco, Mike Schmianik, and now Mike Warfield. A lot of pride. What is it that makes Aliquippa so special, and why have they won that much over the years?
I think first, there's several points, but I think first and foremost is that you got to have an Aliquippa guy. You got to have an Aliquippa guy coaching Aliquippa players. You know what I mean? And that goes from, Coach Ashman, I'm not sure if he was from Aliquippa, but all the rest of the coaches that I've coached with is from Aliquippa. And to that point, continuity of staff, even though Warfield came in as the coach, when he brought in the offensive coordinator, he's an Aliquippa guy.
Right.
You know what I mean? So when he kept most of the people that was, or some of the coaches that have coached at Aliquippa in the past, we brought some back like J.R. Gilliam and things like that. So I think the continuity of staff and that you have to be an Aliquippa guy coaching Aliquippa kids.
Dan Peep Short, always nice talking to you. I
Thank
always
you.
feel like I'm getting an education talking football with you. And I know you got a tough one, but hey, they're all tough at this time of the year. But if you can pass this hurdle, you get to go to Hershey, and not too many teams get to make that statement. Congratulations on your huge win over Bell Vernon, and let's get the next step to Chocolate Town.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. One step at a time.
All right, Dan Peep Short, defensive coordinator for Aliquippa. Want to thank Mark Lyons and his players, Peep Short and his players for joining us, and Pizza Joe's on 3rd Street in Beaver. You've been with us all season long. Hopefully we have a couple more of these shows before the holiday. And congratulations to Aliquippa and Central Valley. They'll be doing their thing on Friday night, 7 p.m. kickoffs. And we'll be following them right here on Beaver County Radio, WBVP, WMBA, the new 99.3 FM presented by St. Barnabas, and Facebook Live. For Curtis Walsh, Malik Garrett, Bob Barrickman. Good night, everybody. Good luck, Quips. Good luck, Warriors, on Beaver County Radio.